morning, sports fans. Well, after a few days off, I'm out on the road again. We're heading south. Not that far south, but we're heading a little south of town. We're going to be south of South Bend, Indiana. I'm going to visit a couple small towns down here. And we'll take you along. Maybe find something a little interesting along the way. By the way, if you watched my last video, you know that I got, well, I didn't exactly get my perfect tree. No. However, I did manage to sneak away from the stalker and grab another tree. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the tree that I got. By golly. So hang in there, sports fans. I'll see you down the road. Well, this is Hoosier Tire. Hoosier Tire makes racing tires for all kinds of racing. Any kind of racing there is, as a matter of fact. And they're the biggest producer in the world. They also have a deal with Continental to make tires for the Rolex series. Bob Newton started this plant in 1950, and as you can see, it's pretty big. Goes way back, a lot of buildings. And the Newtons have done a lot for the community here. They are located in Lakeville, Indiana. That's just south, about 11 miles south of South Bend. This is the Newton Complex, Sports Complex. It's 35 acres. Yeah, 35 acres. Soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, t-ball, flag football. Quite a place. This here building, the Palmer Community Building, was originally bought. This was a schoolhouse, and it was bought by the Newtons for the community. It has since went over to Palmer. This was the Lakeville School at one time. I'm taking you back here because I want to show you some more of that complex. Now, this is some new housing outside of Lakeville. And here's that complex. Get an idea just how big this thing is. 35 acres, that's big. And way out there in the distance is another new housing community located in Lakeville. So Lakeville's doing pretty good. Now, if you name Lakeville, you gotta have a lake, and they have 3 of them, but this is one right in town, and it's Pleasant Lake. It's 29 acres. Good fishing. Now we're entering La Paz. La Paz is about another 10 miles south of South Bend, south of Lakeville. La Paz has a population of about 471. Now this is Pat's. Pat's is one of the few businesses uptown still surviving. It's a tavern restaurant, and then when I one time had a golf outing, annual golf outing, we had our dinners and so forth at Pat's afterwards. Did a great job. Now this is a little bit of La Paz. Like a lot of towns, it's not doing really, really well. It was once a farming community. This is a drive-in theater. Now, you don't see too many theaters. This one's unique. It's unique because, 1, it's open, and 2, it has 3 or 4 screens. So we're going into Plymouth, Indiana now. A little further south yet. Yeah, north end of La Paz, or Plymouth. And this is where the newer business district is. You're going to find your strip malls out here and your eating establishments. Grocery stores, all that stuff's located out here. But you know me, in smaller towns, I like to get into town. So that's what we're doing here. You can see some of the architecture here. Plymouth has a population of about 10,500 souls. And it's known probably best for the Blueberry Festival, which it holds annually. And just outside of town, and they'll get up to 500,000 people at that festival. Makes it a pretty darn big festival.
So where am I at, you're wondering? Well, I'm downtown, Plymouth, Indiana. And this is the Marshall County Courthouse. A couple buildings here. Plymouth's located in Marshall County. We're just south of La Paz, Lakeville, and South Bend. I'm not sure if I want to locate, or if I want to say this is a city or a town. I think it's big enough to be a small city. So, if not, it's a large town. Take a look around here a little bit. And we'll walk down here. See what's going on. I'm not sure what this building is. I think this is a parochial school. We're going to walk around a little bit, show you a little bit of the town. So, bear with me. This will be St. Michael's. Down there's a courthouse. This is what I just walked by. This is the St. Michael's School.
There's some of that small town architecture. I love these old houses. This highway is a busy highway. It's Old 31. It's Michigan Street. And it used to be, you get South Bend to go to Indianapolis, you drove through all these towns, and it was all Old 31. You now have a superhighway, kind of a superhighway going down there, at least part of the way. They messed it up around Indianapolis, of course, north of Indianapolis, where they still have stoplights. And a lot of churches in town. That's not unusual for a small town either. Downtown area. I believe that building right there is one of these buildings. I think it's that one. Is for lease. Treats for Her clothing store. Kind of a famous store. A lot of people from South Bend come down there. There's a men's store in town that they come down for too. But their downtown seems to be doing pretty good. There are some vacant buildings I'd like to see utilized. Parking is always a problem when you go downtown. Doesn't seem to be a problem on this morning. Look at these buildings. Gotta love the architecture. Simon's building. Here's the old theater. This theater opened in 1940. Holds about 600 people and is still active today. Now this view is to the south, Old 31. Yep, it's an art gallery, can you tell?
Crossed over to the other side of the street. Walk down here and take a look at the other side, the side we just walked down. Edward Jones Investment over there. Got a medical facility over there. Just past Delhi on this side. Marshall County Museum over there. Historic Crossroads Center. Probably should have stopped in there, but I didn't. And the city building here says it's now 11:40. Well, 1 minute before 11:40. Right there on that clock. Now that clock on the building across the street, across the corner there, this is about 14 minutes after 7. I think it's off a little bit. So we're heading north now. That gives you a little bit of idea what's downtown. And we gotta look way down there. We got a park. Way down there. Also got a UPS driver coming. Ice cream shop over there if you need any ice cream. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Bakery. Nice warm roll. Sounds pretty good. A couple jewelry shops on this side of the street. I wouldn't call it a town or a city. I do believe I'd call it a town. Large town. Big town. Pizza and candy shop there. Oh, that's good. Brass Rail Bar and Grill over there. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Who wouldn't want to stop at the Brass Rail? And look down this street. Not sure what all we got down there. Oh well. This is Squire Shop for Men right here. They advertise quite a bit. Used to. People from South Bend come clear down here. I can see why. That's nice stuff. I didn't say they were cheap. I said it was nice stuff. Across the way there, we got First Source Bank. And this building I just walked by, it's a pretty good sized building here. This is for lease. That's a big building. If you need a big building, not a bad place to come. Well, getting close to getting back to the vehicle here. So I think we're gonna cut this one off right here at this corner. And just now getting outside of town. I'll drive you around a little bit. See you down the road.
Cafe. Yep. Cafe out of that old home. They made it. Downtown gas station. This house, or office, whatever it is now, seems to me to be vacant, but I didn't see any for sale or lease or rent or any signs on it. And it's right to the north of this downtown city district. Architecture. So we're going to take a little drive around here. For the most part, it's a pretty clean town. Pretty well kept town. The crime rate in this town is below the national average. And I think, as I may have mentioned, there are 7 schools, including the one high school. And they have about 3,400 students all told. Well, just left Plymouth, heading back north. Got a little nippy out there. Now we're getting a little rain. Very little, but a little. So what'd you think of Plymouth? You know how I classify, you got small towns, small cities, and cities. Well, I guess you'd make it a large town. Or if you, maybe a small city, somewhere in there. We're going to get into that a little more. Well, Plymouth has a population of around 10,500 people. To give you an idea, there are 7 schools, 1 high school, 7 and 6 elementary schools in Plymouth. Now, do you say that's a large town, or is it a small city? I don't know. I'd have to look into that a little bit. So in Plymouth, you got several, say, shopping areas. You got downtown Plymouth, like most downtowns in the in-towns, small towns. It's starting to age. A lot of vacancies, vacant buildings. I'd say Plymouth's doing a pretty good job at keeping their downtown going. There's still some vacant buildings. They could use a few more businesses down there. I'd like to see a few more, maybe a couple more restaurants, a couple bars down there. Would help. Outside of Plymouth, when you get into the shopping areas and so forth, the strip shopping malls, they do pretty good. They're doing very well out there, and it continues to build up. And that's a good sign for Plymouth. So we'll get you, and we'll remember, stay tuned. Won't be long now. We'll be looking at that tree that I snuck off and managed to get in before the stalker caught me. See you down the road. Well, we told you at the end of the video we'd show you the tree that I snuck in once the stalker wasn't looking. And Freddie here, my buddy, Freddie really likes this tree. He liked the bigger tree better, but he says this one's okay. So there's the tree. It's the tree we ended up with. Well, I ended up with, right there. So now you know. This was my tree. The other one, well, the stalkers, they blame for that one. So sports fans, I don't know if I'll be here next week because I'm on the road again. And I don't know if I'm going to have time on this next road trip, which is about 1,200. I'm probably going to, by the time I'm done, that'll be about a 1,500-mile road trip. Probably not going to have time to post it next Monday. But the following Monday, we'll be back on. So hang in there. See you down the road.